All right, welcome back, everybody. South Africa started their Africa Cup of Nations campaign on a back foot, losing 3-1 to Algeria at the Estadio de Mongomo in Equatorial Guinea. The defeat was Mashaba's first in 11 outings since returning Bafana returning to Bafana in September last year. We're now joined in studio by soccer analyst Niwa Mkloko. It's good to have you. Thank you so much for being with us on the program.
Yeah,
you're not happy though, are you?
Yeah, it's one of those, you know.
I know.
It's one of those, especially after what happened last night, because quite frankly, I think, in my opinion, we have no business losing last night's match. That game was there for the taking. Yeah. We should have punished Algeria. We should be top of the group right now. And yet here we are now sitting and reflecting on what should have been and what might have been, and really, I mean, it boils down to that very same thing that we always talk about. If you do not take your chances, you'll be punished. And we had so many of them during the game, quite frankly.
It seemed that way. I mean, throughout the game, they really, in a way, have to blame themselves for losing, because, I mean, there were just so many chances that we should have won that match. You
know, people often say football can be a cruel game. And trust me, last night, it was the very epitome of just how cruel this game can be. I mean, Dean Furman hits the crossbar. Then we have Tokolo Randi's penalty also hitting the crossbar and then sailing over the goalkeeper's bar. And then we have an own goal coming from us. I mean, what else could could actually go wrong? Anything that could have gone wrong did. And at the end of the day, we end up losing it 3-1 when really we should have wrapped it up. And I mean, when you look back, I'm sure that's the kind of match I wouldn't even want to watch the highlights package of, because really it will hurt. This one hurts the most. It's one thing to lose a match and you know that you were beaten by a better team. I mean, from what I saw of Algeria last night, there's nothing that special for me that we should have been shaking in our boots. In the first couple of minutes, you could see that the passing was erratic, and I would have expected that, because a lot of them is the first time that they play at this level at a major tournament. I mean, even for Sheikh Mashaba, for that matter, it's the first time that he actually went to the African Nations Cup. Remember, 2004, he was fired just before the tournament started, and it's the first time for him as well. So a lot of these players, I think, the nerves were evident. A lot of the passing, it was erratic, but once they got into the groove and once they settled in, they started playing the same type of football that we've seen them playing over the last couple of months under Sheikh Mashaba. And really, the number of opportunities, and you know, it's not nice to single anyone out. I know a lot on the social networking sites, a lot of the blame has been put on Tokolo Rantier because of the penalty miss and a couple of other opportunities that went his way. But I think, you know, he can't be blamed
for the whole performance.
I mean, really, there's so many things that we should have done better. And my worry that I've always said over the last couple of months, for that matter, was that we create so many opportunities, and at the end of the day, we have 1 or 2 goals to show for what we create. And when you keep on doing this consistently, you'll be punished by other teams. And Algeria, I'm sure they'll be the first to admit that the soccer gods were really smiling at them last night, because not only did we miss these chances, we also went and scored a goal for them.
Let's talk about that goal. What happened there?
I mean, the ball was floated in, and I think it was Hlatshwayo, and he tried to clear the ball. Instead, contrived to deflect it right past goalkeeper Darren Kidd, and it snuck to the back of the net. And that for me was there, done and dusted. And I mean, there's one element of this game that I'd forgotten. The third goal conceded by Darren Kidd as well. That was a goalkeeping error, because it went right underneath his body as he was diving. It looked like a soft goal. I mean, I'm a big man. I think I could have made that save. So it looked like a routine save. The ball was kicked. It came to him, and you would think 9 times out of 10 on a good day, this is the sort of thing that he does at training. And I mean, I was shocked that the ball just rolled past him, went underneath him into the back of the net, and that was basically it for us. And that's why I'm saying, if you watch that game, I mean, if you really want to depress yourself, I mean, go and watch it, and then you'll be properly frustrated. Then your day is
it'll properly upset you for the rest of your day. Okay, but let's give them a chance. So they lost this opening match, as you say. The nerves were running very, very high. It's been a long time since we've played in this in this type of a field. It's Sheikh's first time. A lot of the guys on the team as well. Let's say let's move on, okay? So we lost this one. Where to from here? What do we need to do now?
Well, on Friday, we are up against Senegal.
Yeah.
Who showed also yesterday that they're not here to make up the numbers. They also have an opportunity, and I think we really have a tough ask on our hands. And now we pretty much have to win our last 2 matches to get back in it. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
It's not an ask that this team is not capable of pulling off. But yeah, I'd hate to harp on what could have been. But the point is, we shouldn't be in this situation right now, because this game was there for the taking. But now we've got to do it the hard way.
And not looking at the performance of the team so far, because we really have been pulling out unbelievable matches and unbelievable wins. And then and a lot of people were talking about this. Let's hope they don't choke on the day. Let's hope they don't choke when they get there. Is this what we witnessed on the field last night, perhaps?
This is the thing. I wouldn't put it on choking. I think it boils down to that whole scenario that we've seen. South African football, we tend to have this tendency. We create so much, but that whole clinical finish that we always lack in front of goal, because you do get the strikers or attacking players who get half chances and then they put them away, and games are decided that way, and you find that it will never be the kind of opportunity that you really have to come through as a chance. You have to come up from a half opportunity, and a lot of those were evident last night, and we didn't put them away, unfortunately. And this could be the telling point for us. And now we've got to go back in there and hope that we can actually get our act together. Otherwise, we're coming back home very, very early before we even get out of this group of death with everyone has been going on about. And you know, when you sit back and you look at it, I mean, I know a lot has been said about the teams that are in this group, but I always thought that we had the beating of them. It's not as if it's impossible. All three of them, for that matter, Ghana, Senegal, as well as Algeria last night. And I think if you look at what Bafana have done to get up to this point, I think we had reason to be optimistic. We had reason to believe that they could do it, and hopefully they can do it on Friday. And it's unfortunate that they've now got to do it the hard way. Yeah.
Well, we've got Friday coming up, and they're playing against Senegal, and this is not going to be easy for them either, because let's look at last night's match as well between Senegal and Ghana, beating Ghana 2-1, and Ghana's a heavyweight in that group as well. So Senegal pulling out their best game too. So we're in for a tough time on Friday, no doubt.
It is. You know, if we look at our game, for example, it's a 3-1 defeat, and we were beaten well before the final whistle. But if you look at the Senegal-Ghana game, I mean, I would hate to be a Ghana supporter right now, because that was a last gasp defeat. That's the type of result that you really feel, because it could have gone either way. They both had opportunities, and at the end of the day, it took that kind of chance to actually lose the game. And I think right now, I mean, Senegal will fancy their chances, knowing that if they beat us, then they are almost assured of going through, depending on what happens in the other games as well. So I think we really have a tough game on our hands. We've got to hope that they can actually recover, because I think that's what we're now facing between now and Friday. It will take them a lot of mental strength, and have to see what sort of result do they have in the bank, because it's not going to be easy to lift them up, because that's the other thing. They don't know what it is to lose a game. They haven't lost a match. So that whole scenario of having to be told, okay, gents, we've got to pick up the pieces, get on with it, and move along with it. They don't know what that means. A lot of them, they've been winning non-stop. That's why I always said, you know, maybe it would have been better if we'd lost a couple of games ago.
Yeah, before going into the tournament.
Rather than having to do it now, because now we've got to learn something that we don't know how to do, which is to come back from a defeat, and we've got to do it. We don't have that much time to actually do it, and we have to do it during the match situation, and we've got to do it during a tournament as difficult as this one.
Well, let's see what happens on Friday. Lots of devastating people out there. I know it's devastating that Bafana lost last night, and they didn't just lose. We really went down badly, as you say. So I hope your day gets better. I really do, because it doesn't look like it began very well.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank
you.
See. Thanks for coming in. You were talking to us about last night's match against Bafana, Algeria and Bafana. Were you watching? How are you feeling this morning? You can't be too happy. I know many of us aren't, but let's look forward to Friday. It's not all lost as yet. We can still get there. All right.